Good morning, YouTube family. I just shot a video like not even like 15 minutes ago. But I forgot to mention something that I thought was really important, at least to me. I put a link on the video I just posted from Lebanon, about Lebanon. I think the channel's called Upton, and he's interviewing a lot of people there, different people, everyday people in Lebanon, and they're talking about how they're dealing with the energy crisis and the gas prices. I'm sorry, the gas shortages that they're going through, and how even before all of this started happening this year, they were already like going through their own economic calamity over there. Okay, so basically things have just gotten worse, and so they're interviewing all these people, right? And some of them are business owners. They have little shops. Everyday people, they're standing in line or actually waiting in their cars, waiting to get gas, stuff like that. And there's this gentleman at the end of the video, and I posted the link on the previous video, but I'm gonna post it again on this video. And I thought it was very important. I thought it was very uh just very noteworthy what the last gentleman, the last guy that the man talks to. He says that actually there's two guys, but one of the last two guys say two different things that are very important. Uh, the gentleman, the gentleman that the second to last gentleman is talking about how they feel trapped. There's nowhere to go for them. They're it's like they're in a prison. They're suffering through all these things, right? The gas shortages, power shortage, devalued currency, and there's nothing that they could do about it. They feel powerless, and a lot of the people are actually, it's the first video really where I've seen people talk about how their mental state, how they're feeling like I think one of the guys is talking about he's going through, basically depression. um the people are, you get the sense that they're doing very bad. Okay, now the last guy, now the guy, this gentleman, that this is what he says at the end of the video that I thought was very important. He's talking about how, you know he brings up the analogy about the frog, the boiling frog, that if you throw a frog in boiling water, the frog's gonna hop out. It's gonna scramble to get out of the boiling water. But if you put the frog in regular water and then you slowly turn up the heat, the frog just gets used to the water. He'll just get used to it, and he'll never hop out. He'll just get used to it until he dies. And he was saying how the people of Lebanon have gotten so used to things being bad, right, that it's been gradual, right? It's been gradual, and things are worse. And now, they can't get out, or you know they're gonna die or whatever, right? And I thought that it kind of, I thought that was very, how do you say it, I can apply it to here what's going on in America. The changes that have happened to this country have been so gradual. Now lately it's sped up, but the changes that have happened to America have been so gradual that people have gotten used to it. uh I hope that we don't get used to you know living through the times that what I'm seeing that are coming. I hope that people don't get used to that. Now we know that there's people living in poverty, there's homeless people, and they've gotten used to their situation, right? There's different people living, there's people that are living in different circumstances, right? Different economic uh levels, right, of how much money they bring in and how much money they have to spend. So uh, and most people get used to it, right? I think for I thinking now, I'm sure that this community, right, the prepper community, or the people just that are aware of what's going on, freedom loving people, I'm sure that we most definitely are not gonna get used to, or don't want to get used to living the way we're living. We see the changes, right? But the typical person, I think it's so gradual, right? Like I've mentioned before, it's not dramatic enough, right, for them to sit up and take action. It's like they gradually just get used to it. But I thought it was very powerful, this interview. I was another thing, guys, is the media, how it skews perceptions, right? I've looking at these people that they were interviewing, I would have never. I had the wrong idea about Lebanon. And I'll admit, the only the only idea I had of the people of Lebanon, or any Middle Eastern country for that matter, has been through the media, social media, uh, the media in general, right? But they're interviewing these people, and they speak, for one thing, they speak really good English. They're and another thing, guys, look, they're going through an economic collapse, right? But while you're there, there's still, it's not Mad Max, right? It's not the streets are on fire, and you hear sirens. No, there's long lines now. It's just an example of the shit hits a fan situation. It doesn't have to be dramatic, guys. There's order. The people are, they're there, and they're living their life and trying to deal with the things that they're going through. But they're just going along with it, right? They're just rolling with the punches. They're trying to deal with it or whatever. There's business activity. There's people out there eating. Whenever they do turn on the lights, they sit down and they go to their businesses, and they go and buy stuff, things like that. But they're going through a calamity, guys, and that's the thing, that people, they watch too much TV. They think that things have to appear a certain way for there to be an emergency, right? It's not gonna be like that. It was a good video, guys, to give an example of how everyday life would look in a shit hits a fan situation. I thought it was very important, because it was an eye opener for me. Uh, Again, I'm gonna leave the link in the video, but I forgot to mention that these people are going through a very bad time, and you just gotta watch it. These people, and I think that we can apply what they're going through. Uh, I think we can apply it to us. Things are gonna get bad, and we're just gonna go with the flow, right? Uh, Talking to them, guys, you really feel for them. You get that it's a human moment. They're suffering, and like they say, they feel powerless. They don't know what to do. They're trapped in their country. Um, it's horrible. So I'm gonna leave the link on this video, and I think that there's a lot of lessons that we can learn from what they're going through. A lot of lessons, guys. And it's gonna be worse. It's gonna go bad for the people that are waiting for some. They're waiting for some kind of news, right? For them to spring into action, but it'll be too late. Their way of dealing with things is gonna be to go and panic buy, or go and riot, or whatever. That's not gonna help. The time for action is right now, and I'm sure y'all know this. But again, I think it's, even me. I got a lot from that video, guys. And again, I feel that I'm as aware as the next guy. I'm very aware of what's going on. I try to be. I try to connect dots as best I can. Um, But this video was an eye opener for me, and on a human level of what people are going through, and we might how we're gonna deal with things here in America as things get worse. Okay, so anyway, y'all take care of each other and love each other out there, because that's what we're here for. God bless.